Hi everyone, it's Jeff here from Avada. In this video, I'm going to show you the various ways to trigger an Avada off canvas. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep up with all the latest videos like this one. And if you don't want to miss one, click the bell icon to get notifications of all new videos on our channel. Okay, let's begin. Avada off canvases can be pop-ups or sliding bars and can be triggered in many different ways. Conventions have developed as to how pop-ups and sliding bars are triggered, but in reality you can trigger any type of off-canvas in any way you like. I've imported the Avada Food Prebuilt, and I've added a few examples of off-canvases that are triggered in different ways. Let's start with this simple pop-up here that I imported from Avada Studio. Let's go to the off-canvas options and go through the options on the Triggers tab. On-page load is the first option, and this is perhaps the simplest trigger of all. With this set to yes, the pop-up would simply load with the page content. In this situation though, I don't think I'd want to annoy the user with a pop-up on page load. Time on page is the next option, and if you select this, then you also get a time on page duration option, where you set how many seconds you want the user to be on the page before the off-canvas loads. Again, this is very straightforward, and perhaps more suitable to this situation. So here, for example, I could set a duration of 60 seconds. With triggers, you can also combine them. For this example, I don't think I'd use on-scroll or on-click, so let's leave those for another example, but I could use exit intent. This is a typical approach for pop-ups, where the off-canvas is only triggered when the user goes to close the browser tab or window. It's like saying, hey, wait up a sec. And in this case, if the user hadn't been on the page long enough for the other trigger to kick in, this one would activate as they go to leave. After inactivity is the last option here, and in this situation we could theoretically also set this one. If you select yes for this, you then set the inactivity duration. This can be any value you want in seconds. And so here I might set 30 seconds. So here this pop-up would trigger if they were on a page without activity for 30 seconds, or if they were on the page for 60 seconds, activity or not, and it would also trigger if they went to leave the page. With pop-ups you need to be careful not to annoy the user. And so you can also control the frequency of the pop-ups on the Rules tab, where you could limit the number of times the pop-up displayed. And on the Conditions tab, you can control what pages it shows up on. For full details on how to use off-canvases, check out the How to Use the Avada Off-Canvas Builder video, linked below. But here we are just focusing on triggers. In my case here, I think I will leave after inactivity off, and just save this with the two triggers. If you have WooCommerce installed on your site, you would also see a final trigger option here called After Product is Added to Cart. And you can watch the Using a Woo Mini Cart in an Avada Off-Canvas slide-out short for an example of a sliding bar with that trigger. Okay, so let's go to another off-canvas I have made, again customized from an Avada Studio item. Here we have a bottom sliding bar, and it's advertising a cookbook. It's not as obtrusive as a pop-up, and here we might use the on-scroll trigger option. With on-scroll, you initially determine which direction the user should be scrolling for the trigger to activate. You can choose from up or down here. With up, the trigger activates as soon as the user starts scrolling back up the page. If we set the direction to down, we get a scroll to option, which has two choices. Here you can choose whether the scroll trigger should be relative to the position or an element on the page. With position, we get another option called scroll position. Here, for example, I might add 3000 pixels, and so as soon as the user has scrolled that far, the off-canvas will trigger. Alternatively, you can set this to element. With that selection, we get a scroll element option. Here you add a CSS class or ID. If I add a CSS ID, such as hashtag trigger here, I would then go to an element on the page, and in this case I might go to this global subscription section, and here in the CSS ID field of the container, I would just add trigger here, without the hashtag. So if we save this off canvas, and the page as well, and then reload it, if we scroll down to that section, the bottom slider comes into view. Perfect. Okay, the last trigger option we are yet to cover from the off-canvas options is the on-click option. This is probably the most versatile method of all. So if I just turn on-scroll to no and set on-click to yes, we can see that again we need to add a CSS class or ID in the element selector field. Use class if you want multiple triggers on the page, or just use ID if you only want one. So for class, I'd add dot trigger here, and for ID, I'd add hash trigger here. Then you'd add that class or ID into the CSS class or CSS ID field on the element you want to be the trigger, minus the dot or hashtag. The thing that makes this so versatile is that basically every element has a CSS class and CSS ID field, so you can use this method on virtually any element. See the Avada short How to Set a Custom Trigger Class ID for an Avada off canvas for an example of that usage. Again, you might want to choose multiple options for triggers. For example, you might have both an on-click option and a time on page or exit intent option in case the user didn't click on the original trigger. Okay, that's all the trigger options in the off canvas page, but the triggers tab here doesn't cover all the options for triggering an off canvas. You will find more in the menu area and in some elements with dynamic content options. Let's have a look at those. If we look at the front end, we can see an Advertise with Us link in the header. If I click that, it opens an off canvas loaded with an Avada multi-step form. Cool, eh? So how did I set this up? If I edit the header layout section, we can see this is a menu, and so if we edit the menu, we can see that under the Avada special menu items, there is one called Off Canvas Toggle. I added that to this menu, and then in the Avada menu options, I selected my off canvas to load. So that's an example of using a menu item to trigger an off canvas. There are also times you might want to trigger an off canvas from an icon, or a button, an image, or even a title. With these, we could use the on-click method as I mentioned before, but there are also other options. I've set up an off-canvas sliding bar with a menu in it here, and I've added an icon into the header next to the menu to toggle it open or closed. If we go to the header layout section and edit the icon, we can see I have set dynamic content options using the toggle off canvas option. There is also open off canvas and close off canvas, so you can use these dynamic content options in several ways. You will find these off canvas dynamic content options in any element with link selectors. Finally, let's look at a more unconventional way of triggering the slide out menu. In the header layout, I'm going to remove this menu from the desktop view by adding rendering logic to this menu column here that says only to render it if the device is a tablet or mobile. I'll just save that. So now back in the off canvas, I'm going to select a trigger of time on page, and now I'll set a duration of 3 seconds. I'll also go to the Rules tab here and set the off canvas only to render on desktop, as there's probably not enough room on tablet and phones, and on those devices the normal menu will show. Okay, let's save this and go and look at the front end. So now as it loads on desktop, the menu column is not rendered, but after 3 seconds the sliding bar comes in and our menu is there. Not exactly conventional, but it works fine. And if I go to leave, my initial pop-up triggers from my exit intent. Okay, that's just some of the creative ways you can trigger an Avada off canvas. Let us know in the comments if you have another method. This concludes our video on how to trigger an Avada off canvas. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep up with all the latest videos. And if you have any questions or need assistance, please create a support ticket and our team will gladly assist you. As always, we want to thank you for choosing Avada.